picture of the ruins of that dwelling house goes back a long way. Anthony McGurran was there about 1820 and had some land there, a few fields to the south, according to an old land map now in possession of the Bucks of Carramore House. Then he must have got teaching the Carramore Primary School later on, after maybe 20 or more years. And Mrs. Jane E. Burke Patton, writing to Mr. Perkins in 1951, says her grandfather was Patrick Nelson and came from Killogeary. He farmed extensively and along with the Mr. Perkins of Fala exported grain and oatmeal from Killala in 1847 and 1848, the years of the famine. Now I have never heard of Nelson's in Killogeary, but there were many Nealons in it, and I think the name may have been erroneously typed and should have read Nealon. He may have lived here at this particular house. In the 1890s there was an eviction here. The Nealons were evicted. Morgan McBride came down here to prevent it and made some speeches. Now I have a film clip of Mrs. Eileen Collins of Ford's Village talking about that very thing.
Well, yeah.
Jack Moore Nealons.
Well, don't trust Jack.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter than I think.
Well, do you know what happened at Jack Moore Nealons?
I don't know, but I often heard them saying they were going to build the house and he wouldn't take the house and it wouldn't be state. And it was taxed out on before that and they taxed it, but they wouldn't tax the farm, they wouldn't state the farm, so it was left there. And I don't know how did they go back against it or not. They were living at the gable there and it's sort of
when they had been
evicted out.
Yeah, you never had to evict them.
No,
yeah, well, I'd be able to find out that. The Pam was probably at Carramore.
And they that land.
They had all that land. Did you ever hear of a market being there?
You don't see it, huge market land.
Did you?
Yes.
You haven't any old photograph of that there, no?
Oh, yeah,
No.
well, they got that.
No. People with eggs and...
Over from Fogle and over around the boat all day.
Yeah. Tell me, was it in that old
I
building?
know it used to be marketed over there, you know, by the Catholic, it was marketed back over the Banner.
I know. Used to, yeah. But
in the old shed there, they had an old shed there, outside of the street.
that's at Jack Nealon's,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, that's right. The one with a lot of windows on it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, were they inside or were they outside on the road?
They used to be, I think, outside and inside, I forget now.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I remember them being outside anyhow on the street, like, you know.
Well, they'd sell the eggs and buy the groceries.
Yeah,
was it?
roasters there, well, roasters there.
What had he? Was it a horse and cart or had he a van?
I don't know, I think I don't know the cash and cart, maybe, I don't know. No, I think it must be a van or something else.
Was the horse and cart Dean had with him, was
Well,
it?
yeah.
You were telling me there about Humble Stone. That was Mrs. Eileen Collins of Ford's Village talking there about the eviction, or that the eviction that almost came off or did come off at Jack Nealon's and Morgan McBride. Now, however, with the aid of the McCormicks of Carramore, I think it was Sam that was in it at the time, they set up a bakery here down at the far end of the house. It functioned for a while. People have seen the remains of the old oven they used in the bakery. It was down in the east end, that means the end of the house near the marsh. There was a sheep in here too, I am told, and a man of note, Leo Nealon, came from here. He became a sportscaster with Radio Éireann around the years 1945 to 1950. He also owned the Irish Club in Parnell Square, Dublin, and gave free admission into it to everyone from Lacan that he recognised. Now, Pipe Major McCrudden lived here for a while. That was even in my time when I was going to school. Niall McCormick was very interested in him as he was able to play the bagpipes. He claimed to be of Scottish origin and was more or less of the wandering class. He did assist somewhat in the forming of the Lacan Pipe Band. Some locals, when they had some liquor in, often threw stones at his door, and so he eventually left. Now, the half-demolished shed that we see there with the 4 windows in it was a kind of store, and it was the situation of Hughes's Market from Ballina. Now, Mrs. Eileen Collins was talking about it there a few minutes ago. Eggs and groceries were the commodities, and that whole shed was built around the 1900s or 1890s or around that time by Thomas Tighe of Carramore, Kilbride, old Thomas Tighe. Now here is a picture of what might be able to pick up as a picture of Hughes's Market 1920, and the photograph is badly battered. Photograph of the baskets of eggs and people, a very old one taken in 1920. That day was a photograph taken in 1920 of Hughes's egg market that used to take place here at Jack Moore Nealons, as it was called, in Carmore. I think the Nealons, some of them were stewards afterwards in Carmore House. Spillover out of the market, where the bakery was. The main wall here, all the way up there.